learner driver in the background there, just literally doing, when the camera decides to focus, just literally doing little manoeuvres around the car park. I actually remember my first ever driving lesson. It was at Purley Market, Purley Centre in Marsh Farm. A lot of you probably won't know that, in Luton. But yeah, I remember doing that first stage. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that because things have moved on a lot since then. My R8 in the background there, I've had it a few weeks now and I absolutely love it. But as you can see from the title of this video, it is now sold, which is probably no surprise to most of you lot. At this point in time, I've literally got no idea what that is on my top lip. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Ugh, what the bloody hell is that? No idea. Let's just get on with the video, yeah? Me trying to keep hold of a car is it's just not happening, is it? So I posted my first video. After that first video, I got bombarded with messages. Loads of people wanted to buy it. I didn't even advertise this thing. And yeah, I've agreed a deal with someone that you lot will be familiar. We'll talk about that in the video. So what we're gonna do now is usual stuff, I suppose. Do a little cinematic scene, jump in it, go for a little drive, and have a little explanation. One about, I suppose, we might touch on the deal that I've done. I don't know yet. But two, the whole sort of my car situation. All right, let's go. Right, before we hit the road, actually, let's go for a little wander around the car because obviously this is the last video that I'm going to be doing on it, and it's a beautiful thing. I say it all the time, and I have enjoyed it. I know I've had it a short space of time. For me, it's, I suppose, quite a long time, but yeah, it's been a cool time of ownership. For me, this was just a bucket list car, I suppose. When I got offered it, I got offered a grey one, a white one, a black one, and a yellow one. The yellow one was a bit of a no-brainer for me because of the colour, and then also because of the spec level on it, because like I've said in previous videos, there isn't a car out there, I don't know, I haven't thoroughly looked, but I'm pretty sure there isn't a single one as well spec'd as this car. So you can imagine I have had a lot of interest in it. Now I don't generally sort of dabble in the higher end of the market. I generally just trade them straight on because this kind of value, I just having all this money tied up in one car, for me, it's just an expensive way of trading, I think. I suppose it's just not really good for business. I've said it a lot, I'd rather have like 24 grand cars than one 80 grand car. It just doesn't make sense. So but it's nice that I've bought it. You know, it is a big bucket list car. I've enjoyed it. You lot have liked seeing like the ins and outs of it, seeing me drive it, seeing me take it to Santa Pods, and obviously I've done a whole load of content on it in the short space that I've had it, and yeah, it's been quite a good process as well. I've earned a little bit of money on it as well, which is brilliant. So a lot of people have said to me, Calvin, you need to twin turbocharge this car. Imagine twin turbo in it. Yeah, I suppose it did cross my mind, but I always come back to, I am a car trader. My channel, like, don't get me wrong, got a few projects on the go. Obviously I've got the Touring, the M3 Touring, the M5, which I will update you on the pair of them very, very soon. I might have already done the Touring video already, and I've obviously just bought the Golf R as well. But my priority is always going to be my car trading business. I love buying and selling cars. I love doing a deal, and I'm always excited about what's coming in next. So do you know what? Should we on that note, I need to get to work. Let's jump in, yeah? Look at that nice red button. Just sounds so good, doesn't it? Flitwick Leisure Centre, by the way, that's where I'm at the minute. I've been trying out a few different gyms. I don't know if I said that in the previous video. Just getting out and about, sort of in and around Luton, Dunstable, Milton Keynes, trying a few different gyms. And you know, it's just good, man. Good to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, the R8 situation, I said about earlier, I was talking about dabbling in higher end cars. Are you letting me go? Thank you, mate. Yeah, I mentioned about dabbling in higher end cars. Let's get out here. Don't get me wrong, they're good for business. You can buy a high-end car, do really well out of it, but generally, in my experience, the demand isn't as high unless you're at the bottom end of the market, like this car here. Like, this is in my experience. I'm not saying this is a general rule, but when you've got a car that's bottom of the market with massive spec like this R8, generally that car will be quite demanded, right? So yeah, understandably, I bought this car, done a couple of videos on it, and I've had a hell of a lot of interest in it. But for me, like, this ain't a sad video. I'm not like, oh guys, I've sold my R8, although I might have clickbaited it a little bit with a thumbnail. Obviously the comfort thing is a bit of an issue, and it genuinely is an issue, but like I said, when I first posted my first or second video on this car, I knew that. There's no surprise. Like when I got in this car, I knew that it was uncomfortable. I knew that I was a little bit tall for it, and it is a bit cramped, but I also knew that it is a bucket list car. I do want to buy it, I do want to enjoy it for a bit, and I do want to do a bit of content on it, and hopefully following all of that process, I'll earn a little bit of money on it, which I have done, right? And that for me is the bottom line. That's the priority. Buying cars and selling them and making a little bit of a profit. So this experience owning this car has been a great one. I'm very, very lucky that is my trade. That's what I do, and that's what I want to continue to do. The car that, so I have done a deal, as you know. The person that I've done a deal with is actually another car trader, and they've got a car that I'm really interested in. It's a car that I've wanted for a long time. Again, it's going to be my new car, but it ain't necessarily going to be a car that I'm going to keep forever. Yeah, the two cars that I've gelled with recently, I suppose, or in recent times, are one, the Audi R8, loved that car, and the two, the green BMW M6. Again, beautiful thing, absolutely loved it. Obviously, if that happens again, if I buy a car and I think, yeah, this is a proper bit of me, it ticks all the like the comfort boxes, the performance and so on, then maybe I will keep it for a little while. But the other dilemma that I always have is adding an owner to a logbook. When we buy a car in a trade, listen to that engine. When we buy a car in a trade, we put it in our trade name, which doesn't add an owner to the logbook. I talk about this a lot in videos, and that's brilliant. That's an absolute bonus. But if I want to keep that car for myself and tax it and put my own private plate on it and stuff, I need to transfer that from my trade name into my personal name. That then adds an owner to the logbook on this car. With the R8, when I bought it, I had intentions of doing that. I thought, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to put it in my own name, put my arsehole plate on it. That's what I wanted to do, and yeah, keep it for a bit. The comfort thing was an issue, and the fact that there was a deal available on a plate that I was quite interested in. So I haven't put it in my name, and I am going to sell it. So yeah, the car that's coming in, again, I might keep it, I don't know. I'm going to buy it, introduce you lot to that car. That'll be in the following video from this video, and I haven't got a clue. I don't know until I sit in it, I drive it, see how well I get on with it. It definitely does already have a few downfalls, but they're downfalls that are kind of outweighed with the type of car it is. It's a car that I'm excited about, and I think my car situation, I'm sure that motorbike didn't even look then. Not that it matters because he's well ahead of me, but drive safely, Mr. Motorbike Rider. But yeah, what I was going to say is that my car situation, I don't even know if I'm going to commit to having my own car. My own car, I suppose, will be the E46 M3 Touring once that's done. But that's obviously a massive project, but that's probably something I will hang on to, because that is something that, I say it a lot, something that I've always wanted to do. So, and I do, yeah, I think you would have seen the project video gone up by now, wouldn't you? So I would have introduced you to Daz at Darkside Body Shop. You do now know that project is back underway, which is an absolute result, yeah? But that car there, I probably will hang on to that. I can't imagine myself doing all that work. Well, I can imagine myself, not unlike I bloody sell everything. But who knows, yeah? I hope that I hang on to that car. I will try to hang on to that car. But as far as me having my own car is concerned, there'll always be a my car, i.e. the R8's been my car for the last few weeks. The next car that's coming, that's going to be my new car for the next few weeks. But ultimately, they're all just bloody bits of stock, and they will just get sold if I get offered some kind of a deal throughout the journey of owning it, all right? So for some people, yeah, this might come across as a little bit of a disappointment. I mentioned earlier that I did consider twin turbo in it. I keep looking at like videos on YouTube at other people twin turbo in Audi R8s and Lambos, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing. But for me, it's just, I suppose I'm always more excited about doing a deal than I am spending money on a car just for a bit of content. So I think, is that pretty much it? I think that is pretty much it. There's not really more I can say. This is my last drive in this car. I will definitely have another one of these cars at some point in my life, even though they are a little bit cramped. But the overall package of this car really is bloody amazing. Like the engine sound, the throttle response, the performance, the looks, the road presence. It's absolutely absolutely, it's just a serious car, absolutely serious car. And you know what, I'm quite glad that I did manage to squeeze in a real decent amount of content on it for the time that I owned it. So yeah, short and sweet video, very brief. Just wanted to deliver the message that this car is now sold. It's actually going tomorrow morning in my life, so this will probably be the last drive of it. I'll just drive it to Binker now, get it cleaned, park it up, job's a good one. In the next video, I probably will introduce you to the person that's bought it, and obviously introduce you to the car that I bought from them. Okay, done. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, guys, do me a favour, hit that like button, and if you're on Instagram, give me a follow at Calvin's Car Diary, and if you're category new to my channel, hit subscribe for a new video every Wednesday and Sunday at 6 o'clock, alright? See you in the next video. In the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader, so the R8 has now gone off with its new owner, and I introduced you lot to my new car, which came in as a part exchange on the deal against the R8.